It's alive! Okay, I'm guessing that what happened was, see how we're routing the power? We're basically stealing USB power. It's actually very, very, very weak. We just got not enough flow in this machine. But the problem is that once I had all 5 on, we may have accidentally basically overtaxed it, for my layman's understanding. Basically what I should realized about these little guys, I'm going to try and set this board down gently, is that the motor is, for our perspective, it's still down facing, right? But compare these two motors. If I travel clockwise along this one, clockwise would be that way, kind of how would it turn, right? I mean, like, say this is orbiting clockwise around, it orbits this way, right? It lifts. If this guy's traveling clockwise around, this guy, he's going clockwise around that motor, then which way does he go? Oh, he goes down. So whenever I was inputting for this one, was causing this one to move in the opposite direction. And since they'd already, like, bumped into this, they didn't get any higher. They kept trying to go like this, and they had hit the shoulder, and then they couldn't get any higher. And that's why they didn't appear to be moving. They weren't broken. They were just stuck. And got traveling in the wrong direction. But that brings about the issue of how exactly, do you love how they fell off? I have to screw them in place after I rebuild them to look like this guy with the top oriented. Because that is a screw, and it should not be loose. We must go and find where it hath come from. And we must replace it in its proper position. Oh, that fell off. You know, I gotta finish the bot up. I'll probably bring it to school and I'll redo the legs there because I don't have anything else to do in physical computing today, and I don't want to bring this whole setup, you know, around with me. I don't want to hurt it. Hi, little man. But yeah, basically I have to figure out how to get the legs to go in reverse, and I don't know how that's done yet. There's another thing, which is inverse kinematics. Because the servos don't give any feedback as to where their position is, the inverse kinematic engine can't account for situations in which the leg does not successfully rotate to its full extent. So do you remember when it was bouncing again? It was laying flat down, right, and it wasn't lifting it. So say we have 2, and they're partially lifting it, but they're really not. The pulse is not enough to basically make it bend all the way. Well, then the inverse kinematics engine is going to have an inaccurate representation of where this little guy currently is, where this end effector currently is, unless we can come up with some sort of feedback system. There's also the issue that the servo does not adjust to 90 degrees so that it's facing 90 degrees. It moves based on the power of the signal that's being sent to it. So we can't just say, once we've lost the angle, we've lost the angle. We actually don't know how, you know, it might start off at an angle of 0, but then after that, there's no way of reading the angle, which could end up being a difficulty. We'll try and figure out if there's a way around that.